Assalamualaikum everyone. This is Sumayya Shamshad, and today we are going. Today in P6 we have covered topic number 14.5, that is making use of metals and alloys. Uh, we have already discussed this topic in our previous session, and we are just going to continue this topic. So as we all know that alloys are the metals that are mixed with the other metals or non-metals, and it changes its properties. It makes it more stronger, and it also changes some of its properties, like it becomes less corrosive, and we will get the desired property, or we will get the desired element for our use by making the alloys. So today in this topic we are going to cover all of the metals and all of the alloys, and we will discuss their properties. As we have already discussed about the different properties of different elements or the metals, like aluminium, they are lightweighted, they are the good conductor of electricity, they are the good conductor, but they are not as good as copper. That is why we use copper to make the electricity wires, because they are the best conductor of electricity. Also, aluminium are lightweighted, that is why we use it for making the aeroplane bodies, but they are lightweighted, but they are not as strong as the other metals. So we mix some of the metals with it, like zinc, copper, and that makes the aluminium alloy more stronger in this way. That is why alloys are so important. Okay, so if we talk about its uses, aluminium, as they are lightweighted, they are thin, they can roll into the thin sheet, so we make aluminium foil with that. And we also make tin cans by using aluminium, the drinking cans, cooking foils, and food cartons. Also we use it for making or coating the CDs, because it is a shiny surface and it reflects the laser beam. Also, coppers are used for making electric wires, because they are ductile and they are malleable. They can be easily shaped and hammered into any shape, and without even breaking. Zinc, on the other hand, are used for coating the iron and steel, because they resist the corrosion, so they can protect the steel and the iron, the upper surface of the steel and the iron, by making it less corrosive, or by resisting the corrosion or resisting the rusting. So actually, when we are making the alloys, we have to be careful that we have to first melt the metal, and then we have to mix the other metals with it, because it is more important, so that the other metal which we are mixing, or the non metals which we are mixing, should be incorporated into the metal, and they make a bond. If we will not make a bond, then our alloy will not be useful, because in a pure metal, if you see a pure metal diagram over here, the pure metal are not that strong. If we apply a force, they can slide over each other, but if we mix it with the other metals or non-metals, they form a bond, and the other metals and non-metals are incorporated inside it, and they make a bond. And if we apply a force on an alloy, it will not slide over each other, so it becomes more stronger in this way. So these are some of the alloys, like brass. Brass is also an alloy which is made of 70% copper and 30% zinc, and that makes it more stronger and more harder, because we have added zinc also, and because we have added zinc, so it can make it resistant to corrosion as well. Aluminium alloy, which as I told you is used for making the aircraft or aeroplane bodies, are made of aluminium, zinc, magnesium, and copper. Now we use aluminium to make the aluminium alloy, because they are lightweighted. Zinc we are using for resisting it from corrosion, and copper copper and magnesium we are adding to make it stronger. So this is why we use aluminium alloy. We make aluminium alloy to make the car bodies. Now bronze is also 95% copper and 5% tin, so it is another alloy. As you can see over here, that pure alloys are softer and they can slide over each other. but as you can see, if we apply a force, they can slide over each other. But if we mix it with the other metals or non-metals, in this case, see, this iron atom is mixed with the carbon atom, which is a non-metal, and they make an iron alloy. And now the carbon atoms are incorporated into the iron alloy, and they make a stronger bond. So now the pure iron are actually soft, but if we add a little amount of carbon in it, they become more stronger and they become more harder. So now we can use it in making buildings and other stuff. So today your home task is that you have to answer this question number 2, that is on page number 197. Bronze is 95% copper and 5% tin. What is a mixture like this called? As we have already discussed, when we mix a metal with the other metal or a non-metal, what is that mixture called? So you have to answer this. What can you say about its properties? So if we talk about copper are a good conductor of electricity, they are good conductor of heat, they are also malleable, they are also ductile. And if we talk about tin, they are resistant to corrosion, they are also shiny. So if we mix both of these elements, what will an alloy, that is a bronze, what properties must it be having if we mix copper and tin together? So you have to answer this question. Part C is, see if you can give an example of a use of a bronze. So what is a bronze used for? For this you can search the internet if you want to search, or you can find the answer by using your prior knowledge or using your daily life examples. If you have anything that is made of bronze, you can write it as well. So you have to give 2 examples of the uses of bronze. You can search the internet or any other book, or you can ask anyone if you want to. And I hope that you will be able to solve this question nicely. So I will see this question, I will see the answer of this question in the next class. Till then, Allah Hafiz.